Hey guys, and welcome back once again. My name's Chris Orme. This is Starters Orders 6. Now, where we left off in the last episode was having run most of our horses, especially our 2-year-olds and our 3-year-olds, the new horses, in 2 races this season. The only horses we have yet to run are, of course, our big 2, the Stealthy Lioness and our Starboard Princess. Now, both 131 rated. Their races are coming up very, very soon. However, Hidden Beauty is going for the 3rd race of her young 2-year-old career. Now, Hidden Beauty is a short order horse at the moment, 6 furlong racer, runs up to a mile sort of breeding indicator, so perhaps we won't get anything more than a mile. Maybe a mile 1, I don't expect too much more. But so far so good. 2 wins in 2 races, 108 rating, sorry. So overall pretty decent. I did struggle to find races for some of the other horses as well, like Lock Journal. But Grand Sahara will get a 2nd race. Crimson Star, Rainbow both get hidden. They both get a 3rd race because I'm still trying to prep them for the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and seeing how well they do in those 2 races. Ultimately, you know, I'll probably run them anywhere in the Belmont because you never know what kind of field you're going to have for that. Yeah, it's a bit longer than the other 2, but really those Triple Crown races are there to be won. And I've got 2 horses I believe have a shot at it right now. We've got a shot at competing and finishing top 3. I don't have any horse I'm really confident about. Like last season I was really confident about Starboard Princess. Oh sorry, two seasons ago. And she won 2 out of the 3, finished 2nd behind the Stealthy Lioness in that 3rd race. My own fault, blocked the own Triple Crown attempt, which annoys me, but you know, they shared the races, they won the ones that they were supposed to. The sort of shorter one going to the Lioness, Princess picking up the other 2 with a little bit more distance. It proved they both had real quality, and you know, we can see how much money they've earned, their rating and their record. 25 wins in 30 and 31 races, absolutely fantastic. So hopefully if we can get one of Rainbow and Crimson Star up to that level, I'll be happy. If we can get them both up there, then great, and we can look forward to the breeding barn. Ethereal Dreamer is the odd one out in this entire list because yet to win a 3-year-old race, and you know, won all 3 of its 2-year-old races. Won its maiden, that was fairly decent. We went straight into a grade 3 this season after a couple of nothing races really, but straight into a grade 3, did not perform. I think the distance was a little bit prohibitive. Again, over a mile, and a short mile at that, in another grade 3, not great. So now we're going into the 7 furlong grade 3. Last chance for Ethereal Dreamer to stay on this roster. We're down to 8, we might be down to 7, and depending what else happens, we might be even shorter in terms of numbers next time. So, up first is Hidden Beauty. I have had a request as well to watch the races in full and not to actually fast forward to the end. So, we're going to give it a go. We're going to see how it affects the time I've got to record and upload these videos, which isn't a lot of time. So I try and do 2 or 3 if I can a week. Hopefully we'll be able to keep on that pace as long as real life doesn't intrude. And I do have a visa application to move from the UK to the US. That's in process right now, so things can fluctuate quite a bit. But right now things are looking okay, so we're just going to plow on with what schedule we have. And Hidden Beauty, like I say, is our first race, first horse of the day. And Loxton Lad is a horse that people like. Careful, Mike likes anyway. Very calm, very fit, primed to go. Okay, that's a worrying horse. Sweating badly, agitated. Loxton Lad, third favourite. Let's go around the betting and see. Yeah, he fell off, but then he came straight back. He's now joint second favourite. So let's take a look at Loxton Lad the second. Not much really in this field. There's not too much difference between most of these horses. We are the best horse. Yeah, I really don't think there's too much amongst most of these horses. If Loxton Lad is going to be our main challenger, that wouldn't surprise me. And it looks like I need to export this course file because we are missing rails. So it's the orange with the black hat and the white sleeves. That's what we're looking at. So where's that? So it's this yellow one then, not orange. I guess number 3 is Loxton Lad. Again, Hidden Beauty going out to the front, and oop, a little bit of an issue there. Not sure why. But Hidden Beauty does like to go out to the front, and Loxton Lad is chasing pretty well at this stage. They're in decent position, these two, to come after us. Let's see where the rest of the field are. Okay, here they come. 2 furlongs. Loxton Lad's going to have to make a late break for it. At this stage, a Kenny Hill seems to be really coming through, and now comes Michaela's Start. Seems into second place round that bend, but I think Hidden Beauty's well in the lead here, and that's a nice comfortable sort of finish. No one else on screen from my kind of default view. So that's Hidden Beauty. Actually won the grade. Oh, it's not a graded race. Oh no, sorry, that. Yep, Ethereal Dreamers in the graded race. For some reason I thought that was the 7 furlong grade 3. This is just the allowance race. So it's a nice win again. It should have been a good win. It was 5 3/4 lengths, is a decent margin against a decent field. Loxton Lad actually sort of right towards the back. I'm not sure what happened there. That looked like a horse that could challenge, at least for second place. But Hidden Beauty made all most impressive. Ridden the stock and Ever in Doubt. Beautiful stuff. So it is a short order horse. We know that. It's 6 furlongs to a mile. But there are good races there. There are prize races. There are big money races. There are prestige races at a mile. There's a few foreign races out in Dubai that we could pick up something with Hidden Beauty. So I'm fairly happy having one horse or 2 horses like that on the roster. A horse of real quality over a mile. Yeah, there's races. There are certainly things to do with that. So I'm interested to see how Hidden Beauty develops. But overall, I think she's running well. She's doing what she needs to at this stage. We need to try and find her a graded race just to see where she goes. And yeah, another 6 furlong allowance race. This time Grand Sahara. Much the same thing. A better horse than the rest of the field, but actually carrying top weight as well. Short field. I don't foresee too many issues in this race. I could be wrong. And it's raining, so you never know how that's going to affect things. So I don't think there's anything really to worry about too much here. Mars got 2 horses in. You can see that V-neck. And there we go. It's nice and clean. Grand Sahara looking for room here on the inside. Try to go outside a little bit there, or through the middle, but it's back down to the inside and into chasing position. This is kind of where I like my horses to run. We'll just sort of sit here for another furlong or so. And yeah, We'll just chase down Love Sting. We don't need to make the running. Although Grand Sahara is going to make the running, it looks like. Not content to sit back in that second, third spot and just sort of drive at the line. No, Grand Sahara thinks that he's better. She? I believe this is a female horse. I believe this is a filly. So, she is better than the rest of this field and is determined to prove it here. Pushing out. 1 furlong left to go. Nice and comfortable in the rain in a short field. And lengthening that gap even as they cross the line. Grand Sahara, good little win. The rest of the field together. And that's pretty much how that should have gone. So I'm happy with that. Prominent early lead after halfway. Most impressive. 6 1/4 lengths. That's 5 3/4. 6 1/4. I'm very happy with that. Ridden in pack, never in doubt. Lovely horse. Job done. Let's move on. Now it is the auction today. I'm not really looking to buy any horses. But it's always worth checking because you'll see a graded horse. You will see a graded horse. And large build, I like. Short order horse. Carried a lot of weight. Now that was 810. What would this have been? This would be an 8.4. So it would have been the shortest. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit of a misnomer. Yes, it's a Group 2 race that is just won. But it's not a good horse. And it's beaten good horses because it's holding low weight. And its rating still isn't any higher than anybody else in this list. It's a 67 now. 68 is the second worst horse in this field. I'd be tempted usually. You see that 441. Okay, this horse is actually like starting to come into its own, and 4-year-old, and then you see the rating, and you've really got to ask questions on this list. Now, I'm looking for horses either with no reserve or big reserves. They should indicate to you that their horse is worthwhile. So, shotgun favourite, a mile 5 is a little bit too long for my liking. It's not going to be a Triple Crown horse, therefore I'm kind of not interested. Joshua Tree, maybe, but it's a 3-year-old, and I've already got horses of that distance and that age that I believe can do something, so we're not going to do too much there. However, mile 2, 2-year-old, Randaroo. We might just see what Randaroo's do. I mean, we've got 66 million right now. So I'm not really too worried about that. So we skip through. Lassie goes for 188. 88 for me, for meal. Wicked is 100 grand. Colonial Empress, what are you doing? Fairly big. So I had a phone call. I had to pause the game for a moment there. Take care of things. Now Joshua Tree is an interesting one. Didn't go for that much money. As a 3-year-old, however, no. Okay, let's see how high this bid goes, because nobody wanted a bidder first. It's excitable, so I don't want it. I just wanted to see how high it would go and who would take it. Reserve not met, so it's an interesting one. This is one we kind of are interested in, and unsurprisingly, this is going to go 2-3 or above. Yeah, it's just shy of the 2-3. I find it interesting that the text is above the arrow there. Huh. Never noticed that before. Right. So we've got the horse that we came looking for. One look tells me no. It's just not got the potential. And there's not too much else there that excites me anyway. Straight back in the auction and on to the next race. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The first run as a 5-year-old of Stealthy Lioness, which means in a few days' time, Starboard Princess is going to make her first. And in between the races, we should have one breeding done. So, let's just go into it. There she is. So this is the 1 mile, 1 furlong, grade 1 Santa Margarita. They're all the same weight. They're all accomplished horses winning at least a grade 2. We've got 3 grade 2 winners. We've got 5 grade 1 winners. Everybody's won on the ground before. A couple of people have won on the course. Most people have won at this distance. The only other triple threat is Samoret up at the top, who is not far from being the best other horse in the field, and as a 4-year-old to get that rating is more impressive than a 6 and 7-year-old. So it's not a great rating, but 116 Samoret, that would probably be the one I'd be most worried about, but Stealthy Lioness is going to win. I'm confident, I'm happy, and I hope I'm going to be proved right. So let's see what happens here. So we do have Samoret in that blue and green sleeves. And I'm not really sure if there's anyone else to be worried about here. Maybe Foreign Rhythm. They've got short odds on that pink and black diamonds, which I believe is the second horse to us. So okay. And Samoret, I think, is that inside horse there, number 1. So that's my main worry in this race. And cruising to the front is Foreign Rhythm. So Miss Benny, Peppy, Priscilla, all here with us. Lady of Silver, Spellbinder, Song to the Moon. Then Samoret and Desert Fairy at the rear. Now Foreign Rhythm's gone out really early, and I don't like how many horses are around Stealthy Lioness, but she is in good position, and she's not being boxed in. She's just got to sort of make sure that she's got clear air in front of her over the next 2 furlongs, because just keep watching those furlongs tick down as we're into the back straight. And so here we go. People starting to make their moves up into position. This looks like a very tight field between 4 and 3 furlongs. This is where I wanted to see Lioness kind of get into position, and there she is on the shoulder, ready to go. So she's able to run that bend right in sort of a striking position. Closers will start coming up from the back, and now so you might see a late break. The rails suddenly disappear there. That must be actually part of the course though. And here we go, 1 mile, 1 furlong I believe this race, and we're down to the final furlong. Out goes Stealthy Lioness, and she is driving for that line. And it doesn't look like Samoret's got much. Yeah, maybe 4th or 5th for Samoret there, so that's an interesting one. But as we drive to the line, hand in the air, saluting the crowd, Stealthy Lioness. Lovely little run. Lovely little run. Samoret actually finished 5th. Okay, and what's the jockey say? Yep, pretty much what we've come to expect. No real surprises. I do apologise if you can hear dogs in the background. There have been storms over the last couple of days, so they are a little unsettled at the moment. But Lioness did well, and next up, of course, is Princess. So let's keep an eye on the breeding as well. What have we got? 4 days' time in Dubai. So Little Alimony and the starboard bow is unsuccessful. Well, that's unfortunate. Starboard bow doesn't seem to be doing too well on that at the moment. But Hidden Recipe and Dance Through Dawn have bred, so that should provide us with a decent little horse, I believe. Let's have a look here. 7 Group 3 wins, not the best, a decent rating. Didn't win a lot of the Group 3s it was in. What it did win, it tended to win at Group 3 at a mile 4. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with how that will have lined up between the two of them. So after today's race, as we fly out to Dubai with the Starboard Princess, we're going to take a look at seeing who else Hidden Recipe is going to be breeding with this season. And let's see, where's this race? There we go, joint favourite. Can we get full favourite? Oh, Alpha Bird. And there we go, right at the end. We're sort of moving ahead. Do we hold it? We don't, look at that. So where is Alpha Bird? Alpha Bird's right at the top. 121.93. So we're holding low weight. We are the best horse in the field. But Alpha Bird, Cherokee Kim, Strictly Silver, and Crystal Springs. Now, Strictly Silver would be one I would worry about as well. So Strictly Silver and Alpha Bird. We're split with Alpha Bird. Interesting. Let's go into the race then. So we've got a couple of challenges here, although I do believe my horse is one of, if not the best in the world. So in this game world, I'd be surprised if there are too many to surprise us. So Pink Star on blue is Alpha Bird. We need to remember those silks. And Strictly Silver is blue with white sleeves. So blue with white sleeves and a black cap. Where's that horse? I don't know. Alpha Bird though out in front straight away. Strictly Silver is number 10. So there's that one. Doesn't look like a black cap to me, but okay. So ourselves and Strictly Silver in that chasing pack here, just biding our time, waiting for the 4 to 3 furlong mark. Alpha Bird's gone out at the front, so let's just zoom in a little so we can see a better picture of what is going on at the front here. And we're in good position. It's, as I keep saying, it's where I like my horses to run. Apologise for that. Not much I can do about that. But it's nice to see them getting up in position. But there's a group here just behind who slightly worry me, because they seem to be coming into position themselves for a late push. These dogs. Yeah. So, 2 furlongs. 1.5. And here comes Crystal Springs. Here comes number 13, Crystal Springs. We've made our move though. And Starboard Princess has so much at the end of a race. And look at that. What could have been a little bit of a worrying field does not trouble Starboard Princess at all. The arm is in the air, saluting the crowd, saluting the victory. And you can see that fight for second place was quite comfortable. The distance to second place was quite comfortable. The fight for second place was quite interesting. So that's what we wanted to see. Good little race from Starboard Princess. Actually increases up to a 132, and prize money is actually now up quite substantially. 3.6 million from that race pushes her over the 22 million mark for Korea. So almost a third of what we've got in the bank has been the Starboard Princess over the past 3 seasons and that one race. So it really shows what you can do when you get a good horse. And this is, you know, this is only a second generation horse. I almost put it in auction then. Oh, three, because Miss Swan. But Gamebred horse was in battle. Gamebred horse Miss Swan, Gamebred horse Starboard Bow. All those are Gamebreds. I bred Miss Swan and in battle together, got myself Peaches. Miss Swan won the Triple Crown, Peaches won the Triple Crown. I've bred Starboard Bow and Peaches together to get the Starboard Princess. And she has earned $22 million over her fairly short career. And this is going to be their last season, both Lioness and Starboard Princess. So 9 million, 22 million, almost half my money is from these two horses. And again, Lioness is not a huge sort of hugely breeded horse. Glory Kingdom, Hot Kitty, Hidden Recipe, all Gamebreds. Bred together these two to give me Kitty Kingdom, which is a fine horse. Breeded with Hidden Recipe, a good horse. Gave me Stealthy Lioness. So I'm fairly happy with how both these horses have turned out. They are both going in the breeding barn at the end of this season to kind of get that next generation in. The other interesting thing is Hidden Recipe and Peaches I think I bred them last season, so we should get their horses, their foals through next season. And also Kitty Kingdom and Starboard Bow were bred last season. Or was it this season? No, it was last season. So in this yearlings, somewhere in this little list, there is that foal for each of those pairings. And if these pairings worked out so well, those pairings also have a good shot at producing something special. So 2 euros next season, we'll see what we get from those. But seeing the way they run, I'm very happy with that. So we're going to go and check out what we can do. 20 from 63. That would only be a mile. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's get a miler underway. Primo Lady and Hidden Recipe. Why not? We'll see what goes on. And looking at the time, I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna actually hold off. I was gonna do one more race, but we're gonna hold off. We're gonna save the game there. As Rainbow is ready to run and Crimson Star are Triple Crown threats. And we'll find out how good they are. Can they step up in terms of quality and distance? I believe they are both at decent races. So this is an allowance race, but it's a step up in distance. I believe that's a step up in distance and quality. Grade 3 is a bit more of a challenge than the allowance races. But we'll see what they do, and the Ethereal Dreamer, if there's any hope left for that horse, in the next video. So I hope you've enjoyed, guys. I hope you come back soon here to Rascalicious Farms to see more Starters Order 6 with me Chris Orme. Until then, though, take care, and I'll see you next time.